Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Understanding Life Science with Agnijeeta. Now in this channel I will be uploading different interesting contents on life science and also bring up to you some fun facts of life science. Now if you are a new viewer of my videos, then I will introduce myself to you. My name is Agnijeeta. I am from Kolkata, West Bengal and India. And I did my post-graduation in Food Science and Nutrition Management from J.D. Birla Institute, particularly Jagatpur University, and I also had been a topper of that university as well. Now that you have got to know about me, it's time, let us dive into the main video. Now, since the origin of life on this earth, there are enormous varieties of living organisms that have risen. Why? Due to the continuous evolutionary process. Now you will be amazed to hear this fact that about 1.7 million species of living organisms are known today, but certain plants and animals are yet to be discovered. You will be also amazed to hear this fact that every year, each and every year, 15,000 of living species or like these plants and animals are discovered. And if you create the total estimate, the number can reach up to 30 million species. Now you see this entire world is filled up of so many living organisms, right? Whether it's plant or it's animal, including us humans. But the thing is, this number and the diversity of the living organism on the earth is so enormous, so huge that it is nearly impossible to study them until and unless we do a proper classification. Classification of what? Classifying them into different categories and groups. Therefore, a good classification is a must. Why? To identify them, to study them, and also to find out what is the relationship amongst themselves. Hence, today's topic of discussion in this class is about taxonomy and taxonomic hierarchy. Now, before we go into the main content, let us dive into the table of contents. Now, let us see the table of contents. We will study what is taxonomy, components of it, binomial nomenclature, taxonomic hierarchy, and finally the question answer session. So, let's start with this thing. Let us first understand what is taxonomy. Now, taxonomy is the branch of biology which deals with the study or principles and procedures of classification, nomenclature, and identification of organisms is called as taxonomy. The term taxonomy was first used by the Swedish scientist Augustin P. Candelet in the year 1813. Now, let us understand what are the different components of taxonomy. Now, there are three main components of taxonomy. These are identification, nomenclature, and classification of organism. Now, let us first see what is this identification of organism all about. It is assigning an organism its correct name and placing it in proper taxonomic category with the help of its specific characteristics. Now, let us understand what is nomenclature. It deals with the application of correct scientific name to a known plant or animal. Nomenclature should follow international rules. Now finally, see what is this classification all about. It is the arrangement of organisms into groups on the basis of their relationship. It is termed as classification. On the basis of their specific characters, organisms are grouped into specific classification units such as species, genus, family, etc. Now, let us move into another topic which is called as the importance of taxonomy. Now, there are 5 important topics or points under this taxonomy. Let us see what are they. First is diversity of organisms. Second, evolutionary relationship. Third, medicinal plants. Fourth, breeding. And the last one is forestry. Now, let us see what is the importance behind this diversity of organisms. Okay. For knowing the diversity of the living world, it is essential to make catalog of organisms with their correct identification. It gives information about the specific habitat, habits, characteristics and affinities, etc. of different organisms. As you can see, I have mentioned some of the scientific name of these wild animals, including the plants, that is the long grass. Next, let us see what is the importance behind this evolutionary relationship. Now, by knowing the similarities and dissimilarities of various categories of organisms, along with the study of fossils, biologists are able to know the evolutionary sequences or phylogeny of different kinds of organisms. So you see, though they almost look similar, but still they are not similar. They have some similarities and dissimilarities in them. Let us move to the next importance, which is the medicinal plants. Now, many medicines are obtained from plants. Similarly, a number of medicines are obtained from bacteria and fungi as well. But a systemic knowledge is essential for their identification. Moving to the fourth importance, that is the breeding. Now, tell me something. For example, if this is a horse and this is a donkey, and if we try to make a cross between them, so is this cross possible? What do you think? Yes, it is absolutely possible, and we will get an animal which is called as the mule. Now, all breeding programs require the knowledge of different traits present in different varieties, subspecies and the related species. Moving to the last importance of taxonomy, which is called as the forestry. Okay, so this is the picture of a beautiful forest, and assume that you are within this forest. So the forest management is only possible with the help of sound knowledge of taxonomy, and this will ultimately help us in better harvesting, protection and even growth of the plants and certain other animals. Now let me tell you something different. Now this is the person that you can see over here. He is called as Carolus Linnaeus, and he was the person, the scientist behind the person who discovered the taxonomic hierarchy along with the binomial nomenclature. Now let us first understand what is this taxonomic hierarchy. It is the systematic framework of classification in which taxonomic groups are arranged in definite order from higher to lower categories, and this is also only called as the hierarchy. And this taxonomy hierarchy, as it was discovered by or invented by this Carolus Linnaeus, the great scientist, so this thing we can also call it as the Linnaean hierarchy. Coming to the next point, that is the binomial nomenclature. Now, binomial nomenclature is the scientific method of giving names to all the organisms, particularly plants and animals, so that they can be easily distinguished from one another. Now, this binomial nomenclature thing was proposed by Carolus Linnaeus in the year 1751. Now, let me give you some examples of how this binomial nomenclature was done. For example, if this is a mango, so its scientific name will be Magnifera indica, where first the genus comes and next is the species names come. And as you can see, the Magnifera's M is capital and indica's I is smaller. Let us see other similar examples. This is paddy, which we can also call it as Oryza sativa. Next, this is nothing but a simple fish, which we call it as Labio rohita, a rohu fish. And the third one is nothing but us, the humans, which we call it as Homo sapiens sapiens. Now, let us understand what is this taxonomic hierarchy in details and what are the different levels of this hierarchy. Now, this taxonomic hierarchy have 7 different levels. What are they? First is the kingdom. Next comes the phylum, Next comes the class. After that comes the order. After that comes the family. Then comes the genus, and finally comes the species. So see, this is how the hierarchy goes about. First kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Now, with the help of an example, I will show you how this starting from the kingdom to the species, how it goes about, and finally what new organism we can identify over here. First, let us understand a particular thing, that is the kingdom. Now, this kingdom of the entire living world can be of two different types. One is the plantae, second is the animalia. Now, all the different plants of the world are included in the kingdom plantae, and all the different animals of this world are included in the kingdom animalia. Now, let us see what are the different phylums are there, and particularly under this animalia kingdom. Okay, so the different phylums under the animal kingdom are the non-chordata and the chordata. That means whether they have chord or not. Okay, now let us see that what are the different classes under the chordata phylum. Let us click on it. Now, the different classes under the chordata phylum are all these things. It can be chondrichthyes, osteichthyes, amphibia, reptilia, aves, and mammalia. Now, let us see what are the different orders, particularly under the class mammalia. So, there are mainly these four different types of orders, where there is insectivora, rodentia, carnivora, and primates, and some other orders are even there. But these four are most important ones. Let us now see, particularly under the carnivora order, what are the different families. These families are Felidae, Canidae, and Hyenidae. Now, for example, let us select that Felidae family, and let us see what are the different genuses are under that. So, there are basically two types of genus. One is the Felis, one is the Panthera. Now, these are not only the two, there are others, but for right now we are focusing on these two. Now, finally, to reveal what is the particular species we are talking about, let us now click on this Panthera species and finally reveal that particular organism that we are talking about for so long time. So, finally, under this species we have the Leo, and what do you think it will be? Any guesses? You are correct. It is the lion, who is called as the king of the jungle. And any guesses what will be the scientific name of this lion? It is Panthera leo. So see, through this entire video or through this explanation, I have made all your concepts clear about what is this taxonomy, taxonomic hierarchy, along with that how a binomial nomenclature is done. Now that we have understood this part, let us move on to the next part of the video. Let us now go to the most interesting part of this video, that is the question and answer session, where we will be playing a short quiz. For answering every question, you will be getting 3 seconds of time, and you can score even 5 points for each correct answer. So do let me know what is your final score after the end of the quiz in the comment section. So let's start. Okay, so let's start with our first question. The term taxonomy was coined by whom? Is it Theophrastus or Linnaeus, Carolus Linnaeus, or Augustine de Candolle? Who was it? Okay, so the correct answer is Augustine de Candolle. Okay, coming to the second question. What is the lowest category in the taxonomic hierarchy? Is it class, or is it genus, or species, or order? Think, your time is up. Almost. Yes, it's up. So the correct answer is species. Okay, moving to the third question. What is the scientific name of human? Is it Homo erectus, or Homo sapiens sapiens, or Homo habilis, or Homo neanderthalensis? What is it? Okay, so the correct answer is Homo sapiens sapiens. Okay, and the final question of this round is For example, if we take the bird pigeon, so it will be included under which class? Will it be reptilia or amphibia or aves or mammalia? What do you think? I know you know the answer. Okay, so the correct answer is aves. So we are done with this round, and where we have understood this entire concept of taxonomy and taxonomic hierarchy. Okay, let's move to the next part of the video. Having queries or didn't understand any part? No need to worry. You can go ahead and mention in the comment section or mail me at artisticme.197@gmail.com. I will be happy to answer all your questions. If you find my video interesting and informative at the same time, then please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. This will help me to stay motivated and come up with more exciting topics on Lifescience. Now, if you are an art person and want to learn anything and everything regarding digital art, then this is my second YouTube channel called as the Agni's Art and Craft. So just go there and have a look. Thank you so much for watching my video. We'll meet you soon in the next video. Till then, keep learning and understanding life science with Agnijeeta.